Ba-dum-bum-bum. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tuesday. I know I'm half a minute. I was like late. Oh, I was watching Entertainment Tonight. I just couldn't drag myself away from it. And making myself a hot dog because Entertainment Tonight makes me want a hot dog real bad. Oh, sorry. Anyway, welcome to Tuesday at Two Dogs Digs and the Hall Pass. We are here tonight to do our fun little monthly Thrift It or Throw It show. He decided to join me. He wasn't going to, but look who came into the basement with me.
I'm very cranky, so don't keep me on screen. I'm just here to...
You're cranky. Why are you coming?
I'm here monitoring stuff.
Okay, you're monitoring. Okay, so welcome to everybody. Thank you so much.
I look awful. I'm leaving.
Thank you so much, everybody, for joining. Oh, man. Hey, Kendra, Janet, Donna. Hey, Carl. You just got an implant done. Usually you get them in pairs, but okay. Let's see. That's just exactly what I said. Let's see. Lisa, Diana, Heather, Kathy. Hey. Let's see who else we got here. Kevin. Hey, Kev. Kev popped in yesterday during one of our Whatnot shows. Michael. Who else we got here? Yes, Elisa, it's still on ET and ET Canada. Tamara, yeah. Let's see, there we go. So thanks for everybody for joining us here. It's our fun little Two Dogs Digs Thrift It or Throw It. So this is where I go around to thrift stores and I pick up items, and then we see what you would do with these items versus what we would do. It's always fun to me. It's always fun to me because you just never know. Some of the stuff we get full agreement on. Some people, you think I'm crazy for buying. Some people just don't know. But one of the things that we hope it does, and we hope it helps you a little bit with some of the things you might look out for when you're out on your thrifting and garage selling and estate selling flea market journey. And we hope that if we help you in a little bit, you might join us as a Kennel Club member. And a big thanks to everybody over here who is a Kennel Club member. They have little badges by their name. They get little icons they get to use. They get access to a research deck that we put together, which is our best research. They also have a couple of exclusive videos. We just did one teaching everybody how to search for dolls. We're going to do like Barbies and other dolls. And then we're doing another one actually probably in September because August is going to be really busy. It's going to be on 80s and 90s toys. So we're going to hopefully do those every couple of months for the Kennel Club members as well. But today it's all about what did we find and what do you think about the stuff that we found. But before I go into that, I thought I'd start it with a couple of posts on the craft group, the Canadian Resellers and Fantastic Thrifters group, for those of you who may or may not be members. We do posts every once in a while, and one that I started a few weeks ago, which actually seemed to be quite popular, is the Thrift It or Throw It post. So we put up items. I take a picture of like a shelf or anything like that, and I go, what do you see what I see, or a Thrift It or Throw It? So this was one of the first ones that I did that got a lot of reaction for us, and it was a post from, there we go. It was a mug post. So you can see here, this is like when you turn onto the aisle and you just look and you go, wait a second, look at that. Oh, wow, there's a whole bunch of things there. Now, what was really interesting is we had a number of people guess. I did find something to thrift from here, and we saw a number of people guess what they thought it would be. But the interesting thing was the number of other things that people picked. I was actually surprised that so many people picked things that I didn't even think about. And I know that there's actually a lot of people who collect and sell different things. Mugs is actually something that can flip, sometimes slow, sometimes fast. And it's heavy to ship. So that's one of the biggest challenges if you are a reseller of mugs, is they're usually going to be over a pound. And so you've got to look for mugs that aren't going to sell for $2 because you're going to have to charge 10 to 15 bucks to ship those things. So what you do is you want to look for things that have at least hopefully a $20 or $30 value, are rarer, are promotional, or things along those lines. So in this particular thing, I'm going to do the baggy wall next, Heather, actually. This particular thing, you can see there is a lot of stuff that is in here that people would be looking at. I actually had some people tell me to pick out these Star Wars mugs that are right here. That's not what I picked out. I had people telling me to pick out the on the top here. One of the things was to take a look at this picture, which actually was from Boston Warehouse. I went back and it was still there. It was from Boston Warehouse. They thought it was an Italian make. The Corningware that's right down here on the edge here. But there is what we spotted right there, the Barcelona mug for $3.99 from Starbucks. That little Space Invaders one was actually kind of cute, although it said it was a three-piecer. You can see the three there, but we could only see the top and bottom. There might have been a plate with it at some point. Down here on a few other things, there were some people who said that they liked the looks of this mug that was right on the corner here. There was somebody saying, oh, I really like that creamer, that's this cream and sugar set. But yeah, what we ended up picking up was the Barcelona mug. And this is the great thing when you're looking for that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's the Barcelona from the Where in the World or You Are There side of things. And so one of the things that I love about this is how fast you can spot, and I think some of you might have done this. This is how fast you can spot a Starbucks mug. Is the Starbucks mugs from the You Are Here, Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego, is boom. That inner, the inner lining is always colored, bright color. So you can step into the row just like I did, and without even looking, the first thing my eye hit was I see the inside of a mug that is not white. So that's the thing I grabbed that gravitated to me right off the bat. Diana saying the tea strainer is probably missing from this base. Oh, yeah. Well, I know. Yeah, it's strange because it said 3, and I don't know why someone would steal this tea strainer. But so we did. There's a closer look at it again. It was $3.99. Very clean as well. That's the other thing to take a look at when you're looking at these type of things. Somebody else actually talked about the Betty Boop one in the back, but we didn't look at that one. And just so you know, $3.99. We listed it for $38.88, and in less than 2 days, we took an offer on it for $30. So again, I wasn't going to hold on to this for $5 because there's no sense to me if I'm not going to be fussing over $2, $3, $4, or $5 on something. We had 38. If somebody makes me an offer of 30, personally, I don't want to lose that offer by saying, how about 34? Like, no, I don't want to do that. So I looked at it and said 30 US. We paid 4 Canadian. So from our standpoint, that's basically 3 US. So it's like taking a $3 mug and flipping it in less than 48 hours for $30 US. I'll take that $20 as a really quick flip.
I do have something to add about that.
Oh, you're here. Hello. Yes, may you add away.
Okay, so for the Starbucks mugs and most of the shorter mugs, we have a box that's 6 by 5 by 5 that I can put the mug in, and then I can stick that box inside a padded flat rate envelope. So I always compare the cost of regular priority shipping and the padded flat rate envelope. For that Starbucks mug, we were able to ship it in a padded flat rate for, I think it was $7.96.
So yeah,
and
so it's
paid
boxing up the mug and then putting it in a flat rate envelope, a USPS flat rate envelope.
Yes.
And just as an FYI, if anybody is in the Toronto area and they need USPS flat rate envelopes, we have about 250 of them. So we are not going to use the 250 of them. So if anybody is interested in grabbing a couple, giving us a couple of bucks for them, hey, that's great. So we picked them up. We bought them actually from somebody, but I thought I was buying 25 and it ended up I was buying 250. So I was like, okay, well, I can use them, but I can't. Next one on our list is, again, from that, not 250,000, just 250. Next one on our list is to move from this to the other post we put, which was a what do you see here? And this was another one of our baggy wall posts. This is in the toy place. And again, something that you start looking, hey, Daisy, something that you start looking at and immediately you can spot it. A number of people, again, spotted the item on this baggy wall. So let's just scroll up here and show you some of the stuff when you take this a little larger. So we've got some loose dolls in here. That looks like a My Little Pet Shop carrier that's in green. That's a upside down horsey. And if I take it down a level, we see some clear Invisible Man with all his body parts in there. But this is exactly what we ended up seeing. This little pink thing right here with what you can see from a distance. And again, I'll show you and go through the rest here. Melissa and Doug stuff on the side there. So this was just this one little baggy wall. And again, there were some Playmobil guys down in the corner here. But from a quick glance, some newer My Little Ponies. You can always tell a newer My Little Pony, they have holes in their feet. But in this glance, when you're looking at it quickly, that's exactly how I came about it. And that's the baggie that I saw on the wall. There it is as a closer look at it. It was $4.99 for a thing called Pixel Chicks. And Pixel Chicks is a really great flip. Stephanie Emma actually showed that they sold a couple of these on Etsy really fast as well. The nice thing about it, the challenge is you got to test it. So the good thing about it was behind it, I don't know if you can see it in here, behind the Pixel Chicks, there was actually a Polly Pocket as well. So that was the interesting thing is I found this. We got to test it, and we have taken a video of it, and it is listed. It's only been listed for a couple of days because I normally don't like listing things, but this is how much we're listing it for. Yes, we're listing that little thing for $75 because it happens to be from their first series of the Pixel Chicks. And I'm going to show you the little video that we've got in here. So this shows you literally what happens in the video on the thing. So here you go. So you can see this is actually the little thing. You turn it on, and these get joined together. And these little things like move. Then it asks you like, oh, she's going to bed right now. Then it asks you like to pick something. What does she want to eat? It's kind of like a Tamagotchi in a way. If she gone up to bed, but when she comes back downstairs, you actually have to choose. I don't know if you can hear her or not. She's snoring. So she's back in the room, and it's like, pick a thing to do. I'm going to go to the fridge. And then she goes to the fridge, and then you pick out food, and she eats the food. It's just like, oh, it's one of those things that's just like back in the, oh my God, this is so unique day. This was extremely unique. Now, there are a whole bunch of different kinds of things in there. And again, this is our Pixel Chick, but just so you know, if I go and look up Pixel Chicks on eBay right now, you can see there's 193 of them. And if I go to solds on Pixel Chicks, that one went for $119. So that was in a box for $119. But if I go to highest first, these are solds. There are 150 of these that have sold. And take a look at some of these. These are loose. I actually realized that I had seen that purse before, and I had actually not bought that purse. It was like, ah, damn, I missed out on that purse. $151, $139. So take a look. You may see these. You may even find them, the two-story one, the house flips up and down. And again, they all join together. So this is really neat kind of thing to see and to keep your eyes out. Again, you will see it blank like this. In a store, you'll see it just looking like this. You'll see a blank screen. You've got to take the chance on something like that, but it's worth taking the chance. Diana picked up a bunch at a garage sale for $1 a piece. Score? What a score! Now, Rick, you did have a few challenges with videotaping this.
Yeah, you need like 3 hands to videotape it.
Yeah, you had to wait for me. We're actually going to put this on Etsy too, because it actually, the two that Stephanie Emma sold, she sold really fast on Etsy. So we're probably going to pop it over to Etsy as well, and probably keep the price range around the same. So again, something interesting for you to watch out for. So those were 2 thrifted or throw it. Can you spot what we spot? Now let's get into, these are other things that we want to know. What would you do if you saw these in a show or in a thrift store? Number 1, let's walk. We're walking the aisles. And all of a sudden we come up upon Go Sports, bags and bags of hockey pucks. there were a whole slew of bags there, and I'm going to take a closer look at them. This happened to be from the Detroit Red Wings. They had names on the back from 1995. This is Pronovost Hockey Hall of Fame. It looks like they were on there. And so there were two. These are in plastic. These were brand new in the plastic. So this is something that is like, oh, wow, there's multiples in here. There were probably, each bag was $4.99, but that would be $2.50 a piece. So in the plastic, brand new, what would you do if you saw something like this? And just as an aside, a lot of these I'm talking to you about, I'm not doing the search. I'm doing just what I'm asking you. I'm not searching my Googles. I'm doing this. If I saw this, would I grab it kind of thing? There's only a few things that I actually, mainly if it's something that's big money, am I going to try and do the research on? But because this was only $4.99, it's like, I don't have to look something like that up. Am I going to thrift it or am I going to throw it? So what do we got here? We got Carl says throw, Diana says throw, Donna says throw, Elise says throw, Sherry says thrift, Michael says thrift, Hedda says chuck the puck, Kathleen says throw, no thanks from Emily, sorry, no thanks from Lisa, no thanks from Daisy, so no thanks from Linda. So a lot of you are like throw. So what did I end up doing with them? Puck it. I didn't buy them. No, I didn't buy them. And the reason I didn't buy them is because a couple of things. One, the fact is they were $4.99 for two. And I thought that's a little bit more of a risk than I want to take. There were a lot of the same things in there too. And I thought, you know what? This has got to be some kind of thing that really doesn't have a big audience to it. I don't know how long it had been there in the store, but I thought, you know what? This is something I'm just going to think about. I'll pass on it. Then I decided just to do a double check and look them up. And no, they unfortunately, they can sell, but only for $3-4 a piece. So there wouldn't be enough money to make any money on doing something like that. And that's one of the things we're always trying to make sure of is that we do make money on the things that we do. So fuck that. But let's stick with sports. And we saw this. This was, I just thought, oh, this is so cute. I'm walking through the purse aisle and I see Summer of Love. Oh, isn't that a cutie little Summer of Love thing? And then I take a closer look at it and it's Odyssey putters. And it's $7.29. $7.29 for a little tiny, teeny little thing like that. It says 2021 on it, but it's a putter cover. And it's from San Francisco. It's got a funky little look to it. But what do you think you would do with something like this? Now, it does say limited edition up here in the top corner. There it is, limited edition. Although you never know really what limited edition means. But there it is. So that, I clicked on it too fast. I clicked the wrong thing. We thrifted it. Why? It's actually from the U.S. Open from 2021. So, sorry, I clicked that too fast. It wasn't supposed to go there. That's what I actually, $7.29, this I actually looked up. And the reason I looked it up was because I didn't want to spend over $5 on it. So my bad for sneaking the picture in. I see that with most people, probably it was a half and half sort of thing in thrift and throw. Well, yes, Joan, thrift, I guess, since you showed us you did it, you idiot. Well, I did $7.29. I used a $2 coupon, so I got it for $5, but I still was interested. I think it's leather. I actually did not look. Produced in China, made in China, number one putter in golf, Callaway Golf Company. I might add that to the listing. But the interesting thing was, as I said, there's the front of it. I go here. This is our listing. Odyssey putter summer. And there we're going to see the Summer of Love. They had other things in here. Take a look at this. A blade cutter, $79. Another one is listed at $100. And in their solds, these have actually sold. Take a look. This one sold for $79 and sold for $54, but outside of the box. And sold for $100 for a cover. Sold for $50. So it's the... Well, you know what, Carl? The reason that I actually grabbed it was I thought it was a funky cover. That's just it. I looked at it and I thought, it's a funky cover. Yeah, Michael, I think I'm going to need to add Callaway to this as well from our listing. And I did put it in as a best offer. I've had it up for about a week. So I do have best offer in there. But I might just go, you know what? I'd rather make a quick $40 or $50 on it and drop it down. I didn't know what it was either. I thought it was like a pocketbook as well until I took a look and saw the thing on the back here that said that it was from Odyssey, the #1 putter, and I thought, oh, okay, that's what it is. So it's because it is a U.S. Open from 2021. That's the reason that it's probably got some traction to it. It is summer, so I do want to get rid of it faster. Thanks for your suggestion, Rick. I thought you weren't participating. You just gotta keep doing it. Oh my goodness. Next one up. Let's see if I can do this without telling you in advance what I did with this one. Yeah, I think so. We're gonna move on to some toy areas right now. This is this really cute little thing. It is a Transformers action figure. It's a Bumblebee. It was $4.99, and it was like, oh, look at this little guy. Transformers.com. It is. I'll give you a closer look at the back. It's actually from 2007. You can see down in here 2007 from Hasbro, Transformer Collectors Club, and it's a Bumblebee. And this is the figure itself. So the packaging is in great shape. At the top is really crisp. I mean, one of the things we always look for with stuff in packages is it's a nice, clean card that it's on. But it's only from 2007. Now, they want $4.99 for this. So what would you do with something like this? Janet's Pass, Michael's Thrift, Sherry is Thrift, Diana is Thrift, Daisy is Thrift, Elisa is Throw, Kathy is Throw, Thrift because of the package from Joan, Throw from Kendra, Andrew is Throw. So I guess we're getting kind of Emily's a no thanks as well. We're kind of in that 50-50 range of what would we do? Oh, throw. So we're leaning a little 60-40 now. We're going more towards the throw side of things. So what did I do? Oh, Bumblebee is very popular. Tamara says Thrift. Bob says Thrift. And Thrift it because of Bumblebee. So now we're back to 50-50. So what did I do with? I picked it up. Now, the interesting thing was I picked it up for a couple of reasons. One, I sort of gave away a little bit of it there. One of it was the fact that the card is still in really nice shape. It is not destroyed. The cello bubble and everything is not destroyed on it. The second thing I did was I will guarantee you I cheated on this one. I actually Google imaged this because newer toys have a tendency to not necessarily flip for good money. So this isn't what I look at it and I go, this was a grandma toy. This was bought by somebody to be given as a gift, and it didn't get given as a gift. So it is from the Transformers. It is Transformers. Rick, if you can look that up for us. It's Transformers, Activators, and it is Bumblebee. And I looked at this in 2007. You might think, again, man, no, nobody's going to pay for like $5 for this. Why you won't sell it for $5? If I'm not mistaken, Rick, I think I looked them up and the solds on this were somewhere in the neighborhood of 25 to 35. So I thought, you know what? It's a $20 flip. So a $20 flip, I'll take any day I possibly can. There were a number of them that had sold. So that's what I ended up doing with this. I picked it up because if this had been torn or bent or anything like that, I probably wouldn't have. But this could go on somebody who happens to be an action figure collector, like an Adrian, who is in England right now, so he's not watching. But this could go on their shelf. So that is one of the things that I ended up picking up. Hey, Susan. Better late than never. There we go. So Rick has got that there. 39, 39, 29, 29, 28. So it's sold for up to $39. So that's the reason that we decided that it would be something we would want to thrift. Next up, this is a very popular item as a Lego thing. Lego's popular, right? Everybody loves Lego. Well, what is this? This is a Lego Ninjago. It's $3.99, and it is a Lego Ninjago card holder. So basically, it's a binder, but it's Lego. So you always wonder with something like that. Now, the interesting thing is this one is still in the package. And it originally sold for $11.98, and I guess there was a 10% sale on it. So as you can see, somebody donated this Ninjago thing. Now, it's interesting. I love this. Nobody likes Ninjago. My nephew loves it. Michael says throw. Diana says throw. Oh, we're a 100% throw on this one. Doesn't it look like on this? So this is a Ninjago. Pass. Lego's unwanted stepchild. Throw. Interesting that throw and Bob says throw. Throw. Wow. Everybody except Tamara. So Tamara, you and I are both, we just feel empathy towards the Ninjagos. I don't know. Everybody else said throw on this. So do we feel the empathy on this? Did we thrift it or throw it? We thrifted it. Yeah. We spent $4 on a binder. Now, why on earth would we spend $4 on a Ninjago binder? Rick, did you look it up for me? That one was empty and pre-owned and sold for $15. I think I did find others listed that are, again, about a $20, $25 item. So might take us
the only one I could find in this short time.
Okay. But yeah, for us, we did look it up, and it was like $25. And the fact that it's still sealed, somebody does like. There are a lot of Ninjago lovers out there, so we ended up picking this up again for $4. We thought, you know what, we're not going to be able to go wrong with that. Elisa says, "Meh, I'd rather have the $4." But if I could flip it for 20 and I can do it fast, that's the one challenge that I have here. I don't want to put stuff onto our show most of the time because I don't want them listed like I just did with the golf putter. I want to have you guys guessing beforehand. I don't want anybody looking at our store or seeing our thing as the listed one or anything like that. So I did look that again. I did decide with that one, I had to look it up. Why? Because it was still in the package. I needed to find out that little extra bit. And card people are tremendous collectors. So I thought it was the sort of thing that I needed to put in. So no problem if you're all throwing it. You know, not everybody can thrift or throw the same thing. That's why there's stuff still left there for me, maybe, or stuff left for you. But here's another thing that we're going to, which is another toy. We're in the toy world. And I saw some, and I don't know why they got this, but I didn't even know what the heck this was. This was a whole slew of they're banks. They're actually banks. They wanted $6.99 for these banks, and I actually had never heard of this line before. The line is called Dino Trucks, and it's from DreamWorks. Dino Trucks, Trux. Now, again, I was not familiar with this, and I thought it kind of reminds me of Paw Patrol, and I will admit, this was something I did decide I better look up. Mainly because I was like, I'm not familiar with the line of toy. And so if you aren't familiar with the line of toy, you don't want to invest something, especially in this. Even if it's $6.99, I can use a $2 coupon. You don't want to invest the money in something like that. And because they had 5 of them, or 6 of them, I'm going, you know what? This could be a good find for me. You know, I love finding stuff that's in quantity. And if I can find more than one thing that's in quantity, that's great. So in this case, there were 5 of them. I think there were 2 others on another row as well. So let's just say you could pick it up for 5. Would you pick up these brand new Dino Trucks Bank for $5? Pass. Donna would thrift. Heather would throw. Throw. Janet, I'd have to look it up, but your gut is throwing. Lisa said she would have to look it up. Hard pass from Diana. Andrew's a throw. Daisy's a pass. Well, Kevin is a throw. Well, what did we do with these Dino Trucks? Bob says throw. Emily says throw. So what did we do with these dino trucks? Hold on a sec. Oh, I got so many of them. I didn't buy them. Now, here's the interesting thing, because sometimes you learn something. I don't know, Rick, have you got a screen up there? I don't know if you've got a screen we can go to. I don't know if he's listening to me or not. Dino Trucks toys, actually, I'd never heard of. So this is what I'm going to show you. I went and did a lookup of Dino Trucks. And so I'm just going to pop my screen a little bit bigger here. So this is Dino Trucks 1. Who are they? What are they? Well, it's this set of toys that looks like it came out a long time ago. And this is Tyrux, the wrecking truck, like 1825. Now, so this is the thing I learned. Surprising, you've never heard of them, and I've never heard of them as a huge toy person. So under Dino Trucks, 1,700 listed on eBay. Now let's take a look at this. Sold 500 on eBay, and then we'll go to something else to learn about it, higher priced. If I saw these darn things at a thrift store, I would probably pass that up. I think any of you guys would look at those things and say, you know what? Why would I want something that, look at those cheap little plastic buggers? It does. It seems like a Cars ripoff. These cheap little plastic buggers sold for $200. It's like, what? So again, it's interesting that with looking up something that I wasn't thinking about, I ended up finding something I learned more about. So now I'm going to start learning. Look at $149. $149 for this one thing, this one little truck. So this is something that I think people might be able to find on baggy walls. Carl, looking out for Dino Trucks now. I guess it's some big, huge thing that I had never even considered before. So it kind of looks like a difference between Cars in a way. And look at this, a whole lot, 28 of them, $149. So anything that looks like a car or a truck and yet has some kind of dinosaur feature to it. I mean, look, I'm still going through stuff that's listing and selling for $79. So again, I didn't buy. Now, the thing is, so I learned about that. Now we'll just go and we'll put in here Dino Trucks Bank. And you know what? Nothing even came up.
I did find one on Etsy.
That somebody listed for 50.
Someone's got it listed for 50 on Etsy.
Rare Dino Truck. So maybe they bought them because they finally, it took almost 4 weeks. And they finally disappeared. They were disappearing one by one by one at the thrift store that I go to on a twice a week basis. There were still 2 there last week, I think. So I bet you this is a reseller from Canada who actually found it on the shelf and decided they were going to try and flip it for $5, and they just picked a number out of there. So I don't know if I would look them up if they were in the package. Again, that's not necessarily the thing. You have picked them up, but you picked up the cheaper ones. Oh, there you go. So Donna would have scooped it up. So it's just interesting to learn something, and I've learned something myself from something I never knew before, which was I now know to keep my eyes open, especially in baggy walls, for these Dino Trucks figures that I never thought would have money behind them, and now we know they're like a lot of this lot of 4 here that somebody has here, $20. So good thing to hopefully have you guys learn something about as well. Let's see. Next on our Thrift or Throw It. I'm going to click out of there so I don't click to the wrong things beforehand. There you go. You go. I showed you already. I showed you and you. Next, we're going to move a little bit away from toys. Rick says the seller is in Toronto. Not a rare shelf full at a thrift store. No, I would. Yeah, they might have only seen one. They might have got there after the 7 had gone and one was only left. So next we're going to go and move out of toys a little bit and go move into the other area that's got a lot of shelves that you guys get a chance to see. And that is the houseware sort of section. So this is the first thing. I'm walking down an aisle and boom, the colors on these things jumped out at me. I was like, wow, this is really neat. It is a wooden salt and pepper shaker. And the name on the bottom of it is Old Thompson, which I'm not familiar with. Made in USA. So it is a salt and pepper shaker. The salt is a grinder thing on here. That's the salt, and there's the pepper. And I don't know which one I picked that picture on. That could be the salt for all I know. So it's the salt and pepper. It's in this wood, kind of a little bit of a mid-century-ish kind of vibe to it as far as I was looking at. And I'm thinking, you know what, these look pretty good. Now, what I didn't like about them was the $5.99 price tag. Each, not a pair. So this was something that made me try and think a little bit more, and I actually decided I need to look these up. These are not something I can make a gut feel on these sort of things. Well, you see, Kathleen, that's the thing that sometimes I think as well. Thrift, you might keep those for yourself, yeah. Janet says Thrift. Heather says Thrift. Diana says Throw. Alyssa says Thrift. So we got we're aiming on the Thrift side of these, even at the $5.99 each. So that's $11. Even though I used a $2 coupon, I could even try and get away with two $2 coupons and try and like sneak them through the self-serve and put one through and use a $2 coupon, put the other through and put a $2 coupon. So if I did that, I'm only paying like, instead of $6, I'm paying $8. So I'm $6 US maybe. Heather would look them up. She'd use a 20% coupon. Donna would. Andrew would throw. Thrift from Sherry. What about the antique silver beside them? I didn't even look that up. Michael, I did not. At self-checkout, you should actually can do that. Yeah, that's true. It looks like something made for a craft show. The maker mark may only be the mechanism. They were expensive at shows, but Thrift. And I hate it when they price individual, like pairs, salt and pepper shakers individually. It drives me crazy. So what did I do with this? Would you have bought them? Or did you, were they out of season? Because salt and pepper seasoning. I didn't buy them. And the reason I didn't buy them, surprisingly enough, they actually have a not bad kind of thing. There's Rick. He's actually picked up. Take a look at these. He can't find that exact kind, but these are all Old Thompson brand. I know that when I did do a lookup on them, I did manage to find them. So let me just see if I can find something on that, Rick, while you're flipping through that. Old Thompson. So if I go into my eBay and I just right now, I pick this up. As soon as I start typing Old Thompson, it pops up Old Thompson salt and pepper. So there's 665. So again, it's a brand I didn't know. So let's add in wood, and you can actually see it's actually self-fulfilling salt and pepper wood. And there's some of those here. So not too much money behind them. So let's take a look up, and just for the heck of it, we look up highest price because that's what we want to do. And then we'll move over to solds. And so this is the reason they were funky looking. There's one pepper grill that sold for $26, but another one that sold for $22. I just didn't think. There's the 24. That's the one that we got right there. So that's it. And 24. There was just something about it that made me say, you know what? It's not. Where'd Rick find another one somewhere? Hold on. He found one of them for $10.
In a box.
In the box.
This is the pepper mill for $10. Assuming the other was a salt mill.
Yep. So you can see that it wasn't what I hoped it would be, but it was funky enough to have grabbed my eye. But I didn't check the silver. I did not check the silver at all. I'm not a silver person, which is probably bad. Let's go to bowls. Rick's favorite. So I love to see a bowl that jumps out at me, and I love it if it's a Pyrex bowl, and this doesn't happen to be a Pyrex bowl. But it had this funky little pattern to it. It was a white bowl. It was $4.49. So it had this sort of English old charm kind of thing to it. And that's the two pictures I got of it. I thought I had a picture of the maker's mark. Hold on, let me just see if I do. There we go. There we go. So it is. Oh, there it is. So it's Federal. That's the mark on the bottom. Heat-proof Federal. So the little shield with the F on it. So there you go. That's it in blue. And that's a little bit, and it was $4.49. So would you thrift this Federal bowl, or would you throw it? Yeah, Sherry's right, Federal. Thrift, it is clean inside, Lisa says. Yeah. Immediate, flip it over. Yep, that's what I did. Federal, Jinx, yes. If thrift. Yep, throw it. Pass. Throw it. English charm is not your thing. Bob would Google search. Throw. Lots of throws on that. Throw. Lots and lots more throws on that. So it's with Pyrex getting harder to find, you have hubby thrifting other brands. Yeah, Pyrex is getting harder to find and people are asking a lot of money for it. So it's the kind of thing that, again, you might end up having to look up or something like that. And with something like this, it's typically what it is. So Rick just looked it up from Google and he's got the pattern is called Blue Willow. Tamara hates Pyrex. It likely had a lid at one time. It actually does look like a cheap Chinese serving bowl. That's very true. So what did I do with this cheap Chinese serving bowl? I thrifted it. Now, why did I thrift it? Well, I thrifted it because it was in amazing shape. Like I don't even know if this was used, it was barely ever used. It's not too heavy of a bowl. I did look it up, and I actually am probably going to pop this. I think I saw this, and it was averaging as a $30 to $40 bowl when I did the lookup on this. So it's something I decided that I needed to get clean. Even the bottom is clean. Like, take a look at that, because that shows you that it hasn't been like cooked or anything like that. So I picked that up. So it doesn't have to be Pyrex. It could be something else, and you might think, okay, that's something else neat to find. So you never know what you're going to find when you're looking at something like that. Let's stay in that same sort of area. And we have next a cute little, I saw this. I was like, oh, look at this. It's like a little mouse almost. This lovely little cake plate holder for one slice of cake. One slice of cake. Who wants one slice of cake? I don't know how many people save one slice of cake, but this was a little cake thing. It had this really funky vibe to it. Now, I've never seen this maker's mark before. Mosa Maastricht. But I love the look of this thing. The gold trim on it. There was no chips, no brown, maybe cheese. Is it for cheese? It looked like cake holder to me. That would make more sense. Tells you how much I know. It's cheese. Everybody say cheese. Maybe it's cheesecake. Huh? Maybe it could be cake. It could be cheesecake. It's okay. It's a cheese plate. It's a cheese plate. I get it. German cheese dish. So whatever kind of dish it is, see, you can tell one thing. What is on my mind? Cheese or cake? Cake. I would never think of cheese. I would only think of cake. Sorry. Look, it's so much it just shocked. The shock that I would never think of cheese made her fall off her little perch. There we go. So we'll put her back there. So cheese or cake. We've got Thrift It. Very cute piece. The price would scare you. The $12.99 was big price. Thrift It. Cake over cheese anytime. Pass. Almost deco. I know. That's what I was kind of say. It just had that kind of look. $12.99 is expensive. it could be for bacon, I guess. Sure, why not? Thrift. So we're sort of half and half on this. Too breakable. Wish it was cheaper. I would check it though. We decided that we had to figure out what mass was, and it was a mass of stuff that we were going to pay $12.99 for. Rick found this here, I think. So, mass metric cheese. I don't know. You're not finding anything that looks anywhere like it, but
no, I can't find anything that looks like it.
But when I did, again, it was, I love the look of it. I love the colors of it. If it was for me, maybe. But this name actually is a nothing name. Mosa Maastricht is a nothing name. So, sorry, Mosa, you stayed there. And you know what? I went back later on the week. It was gone. So somebody else really liked it. Yeah, it is kind of that avocado bathroom color. But again, I thought it was kind of funky. What else is funky? Flipping people over their heads. Well, who does funky stuff like that? Cirque du Soleil does. So this is a Cirque du Soleil Volta shot glass set. Because you know just what you want to do. You want to flip somebody over your head and then take a drink and yell, Opa! This is Cirque du Soleil Volta. So I guess this is one of their shows. This is in the package. And it was $4.99 for the set of 4. So this is just the back that happened to the sticker on the back. So I wanted to take the picture for you to see that properly. So what would you do if you saw Cirque du Soleil Volta shot glasses? Throw them on the trapeze. Janet would pass. Sherry would thrift. Okay, Andrew would pass. Janet would pass. Diana would pass. Nellie would pass. Interesting. So we got only a couple. Sherry's the thrifter on this one. And that looks like that might be, Sherry, you might be the only person who's thinking that you would thrift something like this. So let me just see. Throw. Emily's a thrifter. Carl's a pass. So we got Emily and Sherry and Kevin now. Everybody's passing away. Everybody, Kevin, Bob would thrift, you would throw. That's interesting. So we got 4. So we're doing about 25% as a possible thrift on something like this. Well, what did I decide to do with Le Cirque du Soleil? Here we go. I picked these up. Now, the reason I picked these up was twofold. One is to show you that I picked them up because they're still in the package. But the main reason I actually picked them up is because Cirque du Soleil stuff has a huge, huge audience. And a lot of the stuff they have can sell for great money. We've sold sealed Cirque CDs for $40 and $50 and $60. Because most of the time, this is only available when the show is in town with something. And a lot of times people will love something and then maybe either they break a piece or they didn't buy this at the show or any of those sort of things. But if you actually happen to look up on eBay and let's just go in there for ourselves right now and we will pop in just for the heck of it. Cirque. There we go. Pop this. No, I go here. There. So I'm popping this. So I start typing in Cirque, and obviously du Soleil is the first thing that comes up. So Cirque du Soleil, 1,100 results. If I go to solds, which are in here, those are 1,100 sold results. And highest price, look at this. Cirque du Soleil DVD, $225. Cirque du Soleil necklace, $150. So there's all sorts of different things, little sculptures that are good money in here. Now, you can start searching by the actual show. And in this case, this show is Volta. So we'll put in Volta and see. There's 8 things that are in there. But take a look at this. Cirque du Soleil Volta mug. This is why I did the risk. Cirque du Soleil Volta mug sold for $20 for one mug. And this is sort of a combination of, there's that actual as a shot glass right there. So a used mug sold for $25. So it's interesting that sold for that. And if I go in here, there's some other things. There's a shirt for $11. There's a CD for $10. If I take that off and I go into here, there's nobody else who's listed but $49 for a basketball. Just a mug that says brand new, 16 was 24, $18. So it's just, again, it's an interesting thing. And I thought because this is a packaged item and it's 4 different things, it's 4 different lovely images from the show, I thought, you know what, I'm going to risk this. And I'm probably going to list this starting at around 40 US and see, maybe take offers on it. But again, I hope that I could flip this. If I put this at 40 and somebody makes me an offer of $30, again, I'll flip that $20 like that. It's not too heavy, easy to ship as well. So that's something else that we always end up looking for. Let's see, where was I here? I got, you're done. Next in there, we are going to go to Scary Baby. Who likes a scary baby? Rick likes a scary baby. That's why he married me. I'm like a big scary baby. No reaction. Well, here's a scary baby for you. This is a scary baby. This is a lovely little white-faced baby. Jumped out on the shelf because of this. This looks like it says YOLO. It's just or yo, but it's not. I think it's just design on the side here. It's got a nice gold sort of tone to this. I like the little extra colors that are sitting around this baby. It was $3.99 for this baby. And the baby winds up. So wind up the baby. So the baby winds up and plays some kind of music. I don't remember what kind of music, but the baby winds up. I don't think it's Lennox, because if I go to the back, I don't know. I don't see the Lennox label on there. I don't know. It might be underneath that, but I didn't. And maybe there is the Lennox label underneath there. But if you saw a gold baby, oh heck no. Pass. Screw the baby. Throw. You're not allowed to comment, Rick. You're not supposed to be commenting. But
you were talking about twisting it.
Oh, I see what you're talking about. Oh, that's what you meant by screw the baby. Okay. So, what would you do? Would you thrift? Oh, both Bob and Heather are say thrift it. Tamara's like double hell no. It's missing some gold around the hat. Throw it hard. Throw that baby. Pass. It's creepy. I like strange, so I pick it up, and that's why you're here, because you like strange. I don't know if there's any paint missing there or not. I'd have to double check, but did we decide to thrift the baby or throw the baby? We thrifted the baby, and I'll check and see if that paint was there or not. So, no, it's actually the design on the baby's hat. It actually stops. It doesn't go across the top. So, yes, we did thrift the baby. And here, for your own entertainment pleasure, we'll spin the baby, screw the baby. La, 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 la. I'm trying to see what this says on anything. And it looks like it. I did end up. There we go. It is Lennox. Musical Lennox baby. There you go. No, you don't. It would be really creepy if you just twisted the head around. So it's cute. It's a little quiet. It's in really nice shape. And actually, for the $3.99, I think I paid for it. It's something that actually lists. Will make a nice little video for it. And again, this is a nice little $30 listing item. So when we're trying to do stuff right now, we're trying to see if we can do as much as we can that's at least getting us to a 30 or more as a flip, or at least trying to make us $20, clear $20. So that was one of the things that we decided on that. So yes, it is a little bit of a miss when they didn't make it so that you could spin its head around. Let's see, did that. Here we go. That did that. Oh, that one. I loaded that one twice. Sometimes you spot a little something on the side, and you go, "Wait a second, what's that little something on the side?" So how we got? Oh, we got 5 or 10 minutes left. You know what? I'm going to move that one to next week, but I'm going to show you 2 more things that I got. This I got inspired because somebody actually posted that they had found some paper, like some stationery, and they posted it in the craft group, and it was stationery they bought that they thought, oh, I don't know much about the stationery. I didn't know about it. It was Hallmark Betsy Clark, was it, Rick? Or Betsy, what was it? Betty, what was it? Do you remember? It was like Hallmark, but it wasn't marked Hallmark.
I do not remember. I will look it up.
The stationery, you remember? Anyway, somebody posted about it and it was like, it's not Hallmark. It looks like it, but it's not. So we weren't sure to show. The Lennox can sell for about 30 to 40. But when they had this, it inspired me to take a look for other things. So I saw this little thing. Here, what am I doing? Here it is. So I saw this little thing, and it is a little stationary thing. It's a little 99 cents. This cute little guy here, and if you open him up, it's Country Companions by Kate Veal. I don't know who Kate Veal is. Betsy Clark, that's it. So it was Betsy Clark, but it was Hallmark stationery from Canada, and there was no Betsy Clark name on it, and the person ended up selling the Betsy Clark for like a huge amount of money, right, Rick? Right, Rick? Right, Rick?
Yes. I'm just looking it up.
Okay, Rick's just looking it up. So here's the Kate Veal here.
$174.95.
So I'll add that to the stream. So there was this little thing from Rena, this post of just some stationery, 12 sheets of stationery and envelopes from Rena, and she sold it. Literally sold the thing for $175. So it was like, oh my goodness. So I'm looking for anything I possibly can, and I see this little thing. This little thing. Oh, look, isn't it so cute? It actually has, there's the Country Companion note cards and envelopes, 99 cents. I thought, should I pick up something like this? This is something that is really cute for 99 cents. Well, I still don't want to waste 99 cents. Carl's like, what? For that sale? Yeah. It's so cute, right, Daisy? It is a cute little set. So, Thrift. There, I got Thrift. Diana says it's wonderful. Elisa says Thrift. So it's a little thing of paper. It's not expensive, but again, just like some people were saying, I wouldn't spend $4. I'd rather keep the $4. I was like, I don't know if I want to spend $1 on this if I really don't need it. I don't know how fast I'll be able to flip it. But what should I try? Wowza. But who writes anymore? Well, that's true. Who writes anymore? Well, what did I decide to do with this little thing? Well, based specifically on that fact alone, I had to risk 99 cents. And there it is. This is the little carded box. Inside is brand new. There's 5 of each of the 2 little cards and the envelopes. It's a name, again, I don't necessarily recognize in here, but again, I looked it up. And Gordon Fraser Gallery, printed in England. But the thing I looked up as well is the interesting is this Kate Veal, Country Companions by Kate Veal, actually had some sales behind it. It's from figurines of this little porcupine, and some other little guys seem to be popular. So I'm going to probably put this onto Etsy and see what I can do with it. But I just thought for 99 cents, I just wanted you to think about stationery, because you may see that on a baggy wall and not even think twice about it. And literally, somebody just found something and flipped it for almost $200 for some paper. So take a look at these kind of things. Veal. Kate, this is Kate Veal. And Gordon Fraser is the name that's on the bottom here. And we'll see if I don't know if it's worth a lot of money, but it's something, again, I just wanted to try and see. So thank you for joining us. I got one more I'm going to show you, which is a sort of actually, I'll have two more. I'm going to end this with two things. One is something that I just had to pick up. And then I'm going to show you one other Thrift It or Throw It that I'm actually going to give it away. I'm going to tell you probably need to thrift this. Or no, what do I do? No, I'll do this. So, okay, so this is what let me show you two things. This is my second last thing. I saw the baggy wall. You know, I love a baggy wall. And I love it when there's multiple things on a baggy wall. And this is a baggy wall bonanza. This is a baggy wall that is filled with cake toppers. Take a look at these lovely Maid of Honor cake toppers. Every baggie, they had brand new baggy cake toppers in it. Look at the baby in the little crib. I know is it a baby thing this time? So I can't make up my mind, at least I don't know what the hell I'm doing half the time. So this is this thing here, and this is a wall. This is like multiple bags. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But take a look. What would you do if you saw a dozen Maid of Honors sitting in a baggie? Would you save those Maids of Honor from another life? Or what would you do? I don't know if they're 60s or not. I don't see anything on that necessarily indicates that. Michael is Thrift. Elisa is Thrift. Kendra is Thrift. Daisy's Chad's Thrift. So what would you do? Would you buy one package if you saw those? Carl is Thrift. Heather's Thrift. What would you do? Thrift 1 or 2 packages of these? Or what would you think about with something like that? Or would you grab them all? One you'd thrift. Okay, so you'd try one. If you'd finally, you mean finally one in the whole day, Andrew, that you'd actually thrift. Kathleen's like, buy them all. Buy them all so you can make sets. All. So everybody says I should buy them all. Well, what do you think I am? Crazy? You really think that I would actually go, yeah, I'm going to go pick up a whole bunch of... Yes, I did. I bought them all. Now, here's the interesting thing about them. I thought I got to look them up beforehand. I couldn't really get a good... I haven't opened one of these baggies yet. So it's a mixture of colors in there. So there's purples and blues. There's about 12 per baggie. I did use a 20% coupon. So this cost me about $3 for a bag. But here's the interesting thing, and one of the other reasons I got it. This I thought was so interesting. They only had 2 bags of bride and grooms, and the bag of bride and grooms that they had, this is what got me, was all an interracial couples. They were all interracial bride and grooms. So I thought that was, I'd never seen, I didn't know they made interracial bride and groom. I'm sure that but I never thought about it or anything like that. So this actually is a package filled with them. And again, they're all brand new. So they've never been used. So they're nice and clean and everything. They still have their little hang top on them there. There's the little bride and groom. So this originally listed for $9.95.
No icing?
Huh?
No icing to lick off.
No icing to lick off of it. No, I don't get to do that. So, but there's actually only one that has there's only one of these, and then there's like 4 or 5 of these. But then Rick's favorite from the whole thing was when I showed him the baby in the little crib thing, because I thought that was ridiculous. So this is the little baby. Now, I have no idea how I'm going to sell these, what I'm going to do with these. I do think that I did take a look and see. So it ended up that there were 12 packages of these. So $48. So I spent $40. That was the most I spent at a thrift store in a long time. But I have, from those $40, about 150 bridesmaids. So I'm not sure if I'm going to put them all different colors, if you're going to choose them. I couldn't find any 2 grooms or 2 brides, but I just thought I couldn't pass them up. That I hope I'm going to make my $40 on. I did see that the interracial couples can sell for $10 or $20 a piece. So that's one actually. I should be able to make it back just on that one baggie. So that was really interesting. I used to have one of those baby carriers. Yeah, baby showers. It's just an interesting thing. I thought Rick says he might think they will sell on Whatnot. We actually did Whatnot this weekend. I got one more thing to show you as a thrifter to throw it. That's what did we do with it? And that is this thing that we did our Whatnots. We did one Friday, we went on Saturday, a Christmas one on Saturday, a Barbie one on Sunday, and a Monster High one last night. And our sales over the 5 shows. We did 2 weird shows. So one in the middle of the day and one at 1 o'clock in the morning. We did the Christmas show for an hour and a half on Saturday, part of a Christmas train on Whatnot. We did, let me just see if I can go to here just to pop this over for a second, just to do my little bit of promotion on Whatnot for everybody. So this is us here. And this is what we've got coming up. So we've got shows coming up in the next little while as well. So this is us. We finally hit 1,000 sales. We had 1,000 items sold. We've got almost 1,500 followers. These are the shows we've got coming up. We're doing Star Wars, Paper, Weird Again, Transformers toys, Care Bears, Barbie, all sorts of stuff like that coming up. You can see some of them have 10 people putting bookmarks on them. So we had an average of 50 people in our show last night that was on Monster High, but we sold nearly $900 US in those 4 days with half-hour shows and then a couple of 2-hour shows. So, which was more than we sold on eBay last week. So it's something that's just an interesting thing to do. So that's why Rick said, look at what maybe we'll put them on Whatnot. You never know. So keep an eye out on Whatnot. If you haven't gone to it, we're going to have a couple of other posts coming up on YouTube explaining what Whatnot is, how to clone your items. And then if you've never been there, you can use a link for us. Rick started one thing. Oh, he just wants to put a star beside this. And join us in the Canadian Facebook group if you're not in there. And hopefully, if you can, you'll support us being a member of the Two Dogs Digs Kennel Club for $3 a month. But our last one for the day, we're going to show you one more thrifter to throw it. Thanks for sticking with us all this time. And this is actually, I'm going to save this next one for the next show because we're already 7 minutes over. So we've thrifted it and thrown it. You said thrift this, throw that, and do the other. We've done different things. We bought things. Nobody wanted the Exorcist baby, but we bought the Lennox baby. Nobody wanted us to buy the Ninjago, and we bought the Ninjago. Everybody told us that we should be buying the little notepad, and we bought that. So we're going to try and get these listed up in the next week, and hopefully next Monday we'll actually be able to tell you what we did sell if we sold any of those. And next Monday, because it is the first Monday of the month, Carl, the lazy reseller, if he's available, will be joining us again for our What's Sold in July. And then next week, after our What's Sold in July on Tuesday night, we are off on a massive adventure. We're doing the world's longest yard sale. We're not doing the whole thing. That starts in Michigan and goes all the way down to Tennessee. We're just doing Michigan and Ohio. And then we also have estate sales and a big, huge flea market to go to in New York. So up to New York State. So we're doing a 5-day road trip thrifting right after our Tuesday. So I'll talk a little bit more about that next Tuesday. Thumbs up. Thank you very much. Yes, if you have enjoyed the show. What are we giving away? We'll do something soon. And feel free to post your thrifter to throw it to the Facebook group and see what other people might have to say. So thanks to everybody for joining us here. You're going to the Brooklyn Flea on Sunday, Eric. That'll be fun. It's funny. Most of what you pick up on Valley Village are books and CDs. Well, you can flip them. That's great. We actually got rid of all of our CDs, and we've got a bunch of books that we haven't been able to flip. So Jana's doing the 127. Yay! But I think you're doing a different part of us than us, Jana. But yeah, so if we might bump into Janet, you never know. But we'll talk more about that next week. Thanks again for Thrifter to Throw It. Hopefully we've given you some ideas of things you might thrift that you never thought about before. Maybe it's a spinning baby. Maybe it's a Ninjago. Maybe they don't deserve to be as desperately, hideously hated as much as you guys do. But I'm sure you'll find something that other people passed up that you went, I should thrift this because somebody else will throw it. Thank you so much for my better half lasting through the show with me. And we will see you soon, maybe on Whatnot, or here on our YouTube channel, or, of course, in our craft group, the Canadian Resellers, or Crazy Resellers, and Fantastic Thrifters. Thanks for joining us. Thanks, Kendra. Thanks, Daisy. Thanks, Carl. Thanks, Heather. Thanks, Michael, Tamara, and Janet, and Rick, and everybody else, and Donna, and Elisa, and Linda, and who else I got here? I'm going to say a bunch of names. All right, we'll just say goodbye. Bye.
Bye.